Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Something I notice whenever I share one of my Cricut projects or machines with you on YouTube is that there's always so much talk about like which machine is right for me, which one am I going to use the most, what's the best bang for my buck, and I truly feel this can be answered in one simple question. What type of projects are you planning to create? So today I have partnered with Cricut to compare two of my favorite machines with you guys. First we have the Cricut Joy, and this one right here is the Cricut Joy Xtra. Now for me, the major difference between these two is the sheer size of them. I find the Cricut Joy is really nice if you are tending to do projects in different spaces in your house, or you're taking it, let's say, on the road with you. It's just a really nice size for that. But I'm not only referring to the size of the machines themselves, I'm also referring to the cut size. So the Cricut Joy is able to cut 4.5 inches wide and 4 feet long, whereas the Cricut Joy Xtra can cut up to 8.5 inches wide and 4 feet long, which is quite a big size difference, which is sort of what sets the Cricut Joy Xtra apart from the Cricut Joy. If your main focus is to create small vinyl decals, like you want to spruce up a water bottle or maybe do some DIY Christmas ornaments, or let's say you want to make some greeting cards for your friends and family, or do like written labels to organize your kitchen, I feel like the Cricut Joy is the machine for you. However, if you want to make like full color stickers and personalized apparel, I'd say Cricut Joy Xtra is going to be the one you want to go for. I know we're all visual learners on my channel, so let me show you a comparison.
So I'm going to go ahead and open up Cricut Design Space. Then I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to upload our image. I'm going to create some In My Dog Mom Era merchandise, making it the correct size for this tumbler that I'm going to put it on. I'm going to use smart vinyl. This stuff is really cool. You don't need to put your vinyl onto a mat. You actually can just feed it right into the machine, and it just saves you a whole lot of time. So that's what I'm doing here. And then your machine can start cutting your design. I did it a little bit smaller, so I think I did 4 inches, but you can print up to 4.5 inches with the Cricut Joy, just because I thought that's what was going to look like the best on the tumbler itself. Compatible materials for both the Joy and the Joy Xtra include vinyl, iron-on, infusible ink, paper, cardstock, and writable labels. The Joy Xtra also cuts printable sticker paper. Just going ahead and cutting our design off the roll. Then you have to start weeding. So essentially getting rid of any of the vinyl that we don't need. It's going to leave us with our design. Here you can see me just weeding out the center of the O's and the A's. Now, in order to transfer our design to our tumbler, we're going to need some transfer tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut out what I think I need because I don't want to waste a ton of this. We're obviously not going to need the entire roll of the transfer tape. So what I suggest is cutting out as much as you need so that you don't have to work with the whole roll. We just needed like 4 inches, like I said. So that's what I'm doing here, putting it on top of the design, lining it up, and then just cutting off what we need. You're going to want to remove the transfer tape from the little piece of plastic backing and then place it onto your design. Now you want to make sure this is stuck really well. So you're going to use your scraper. Just make sure everything is adhered nicely to the transfer tape. Then you can go ahead and remove your design and place it wherever you want it. This was probably my favorite thing learning about when I got a Cricut, because you can just personalize anything and it's really not that hard. Sticking to the Dog Mom Era theme, I wanted to do a very similar design, but I wanted to do it much bigger with our Cricut Joy Xtra. I wanted to make some personalized apparel, so I'm using the Smart Iron-On, and I absolutely love glitter, so look at these beautiful colors. This is the design we're gonna do. I thought this would look really good if I were to put it on the front of a sweater. I just think this design is super cute. So that's what we're gonna do. Both of these machines come with a premium fine point blade that cuts cardstock, vinyl, and so much more, and they're both compatible with the foil transfer tool, Cricut pens, and markers. If you've used a Cricut machine before but you haven't used the iron-on, something to keep in mind is that the material has quite a bit of a stretch to it, so you have to be careful when you are weeding it and go slowly at a 45-degree angle so that you don't have any tears. So like I said, we are going to be making a sweater. I chose this cotton sweater. I think it's going to look so great great with the glitter in contrast. I'm using my Cricut heat press too, and I'm just preheating the area that we are going to put the design. If you're not really sure what the heat setting should be set to or for how long, you can use the Cricut heat guide on their website, and so that told me this should be at 315 for 30 seconds. Obviously, because our design is quite big, I did end up moving the heat press to do the bottom separately for another 30 seconds. Then a good tip is to wait until the plastic is cool to the touch before removing it from your design.
So this should sort of be able to give you an idea of the size of the projects that can be made with both machines. Of course, we have the 4.5 inches. This is more about like 3.5 inches, so we could do a little bigger, but I thought this size looked really good on my tumbler. And then for my sweater, of course, up to 8.5 inches wide. If you're still stuck between which machine to use, let's say you're probably gonna make small things, but you know, there might be an occasion where you wanna make some apparel or something like that. I would say the secondary deciding factor is of course cost. The Cricut Joy Xtra right now is on sale for $249, and the Cricut Joy is on sale for $149, and that's in Canadian dollars. So let's take into consideration the size of your projects and then the cost difference. You don't want to outgrow your new machine, of course, but you also don't want to spend that extra money if you're not going to need it. In my personal opinion, I think that if you have the extra money to spend, the Cricut Joy Xtra, I mean, you've just opened up a whole ton of projects. But truly, if you don't think you're going to be doing projects that big, I would stick with the Cricut Joy. I hope this helped. Really, truly, my whole point of doing this was to help simplify machine picking for you, because sometimes it's easy to get overwhelmed with information, but I hope being able to actually see the size difference and see how they sort of work will help you when you choose your Cricut machine. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.